In this lesson, we're going to talk about adding a part line to a model. All right, so here is our shape that we're going to create. You can see very basic plane again, just this nice S shape running through here. That's our primary form. Then our secondary stuff is going to be this cutout right here and all these beveled edges. So we'll always get our primary forms first. So we'll select this and we'll grab this edge. Again, I'm going to control right click, edge ring utilities, edge ring and split. And then over here in the inputs, I'll go ahead and change the split type to multi. That gives us our three faces. We can grab this face, get it moving in this direction, and I'll hold down V to snap to this corner right there. So I just middle mouse drag over there. All right, so there's our primary shape. Now we need to cut this up a little bit. You can see that it actually does go down on this flat surface here, so we're going to need another division there. And up here as well, we're going to need a division right there. So let's do those ones first. I'm going to go into Mesh Tools, and I'll grab my Insert Edge Loop tool. And I'm going to go ahead and put one here and one here. However, if this particular model needs the same distance between these two, we're going to have to fix that. So we're going to go to our split ring node here. And for this, I'm going to change the weight to 0.5. And on this one, I'm going to change the weight to 0.5 again. Now we know that they are perfectly centered. So the way that we did previously, where we did the control right click, it split it for us perfectly, but you need to know how to do it after the fact if you need to. Now let's say, for example, that we needed less distance here, and we want to keep these nice and equal. We can go up and adjust the weight again if we wish to, or we can simply just select these and scale them into what we want. All right, so let's go about there. All right, we're going to need a few more splits on this, so let's go back to our Insert Edge Loop tool. We're going to need one running this direction and one running this direction that correspond with those. So let's jump into our top view. We'll turn off the grid so we can see. And we have reference here that we can use if we wish to. So I can get this moving in that direction, and then I can snap to that center line. And same thing on this one, I'll snap to that center line. So that gives us that edge that's running through there that we can use. All right, we're definitely going to need a center line on this. So maybe this one, we'll just do control right click, and we'll go to there, and that'll center it perfectly. And then we're going to need one more. We're going to take a cylinder, and we're going to make it 8 sides, and we're basically going to use it for a measurement object in order to get these rounded corners through here. So in order for this to work effectively, we're going to need 3 points on each corner. We've got one here, we've got one here, but we don't have one right here, and we need that one. So I'll just select these and I'll hit G just to get those in there. All right, turn on wireframe unshaded. We're going to grab a cylinder, and this cylinder I'm going to go ahead and just snap up here somewhere. And we'll go to our top view, and we're going to scale this up a little bit. And of course, we're going to change our numbers to 8 for the divisions around the axis. All right, we'll get this somewhere around there. And actually, let's go ahead and snap it to this one. And then what we can do is we can utilize this to snap these in. So we'll grab this and we'll snap it to there. We'll grab this one and we'll snap it to there. So those are now in perfect alignment. What we're going to do now is we're going to grab this vert and we're going to snap it to that one, and then in this direction as well. And you can see what we've done here. We've created that nice round corner that we needed just simply by using this object. All right, let's clean this up a little bit. I'll bring those over to there. And now we need to go do the other side. So let's grab this object. But what we're going to need here is we're going to have to snap it on this center line. All right, so let's go about there. Then let's grab this edge. And again, we'll get that snapped right there. All right, now we can take this one and we can grab this vert and snap it to that and to that. All right, let's clean up this corner like that, and then we'll go ahead and grab this object and we'll bring it down and we'll snap it right to that one. And then we can grab this edge and we'll get it snapped right there. All right, we'll grab this point, snap there, snap there. We can now do these ones really quick. And last but not least, we'll take this and we'll hold down V and we'll snap it to right there. So this one, all we really need to do is to grab this vert and get it snapped into place. Okay, we'll straighten these up a little bit, like that. All right, we don't really need this anymore. That was just for simple measurement purposes. So we'll go ahead and delete that. And now we'll go in and we'll take all of these faces. I'm going to go ahead and put a Lambert back on this before I do this, just so we don't have to see that highlight. We'll just right click on our object, go to Assign Existing Material, and we'll put the default Lambert on there. Now we can see much better. All right, we're going to grab those faces and we're going to go into Edit Mesh and pardon me, not Edit Mesh, we're going to go into Mesh and we're going to extract those faces. And what Maya has done for us here is it's created two objects now. It just took those faces and extracted them out. Let's go ahead and center our pivot because our pivot is way off over here. So we simply go to Modify, Center Pivot, and then we'll take this one and we'll move it up out of the way. All right, we need to create a little bit of thickness for our object so we can do these bevels. So I'm going to grab this edge all the way around and we're going to go to Edit Mesh and we're going to go to Edges and we're going to Extrude. Now for this, I think I'll just pull them straight down a little bit. That's fine. If you wanted to, you could actually pull this back a little bit as well, but you would want that one going the other way too. So this is probably fine. It's not going to make a ton of difference on this. All right, now we'll go and grab this whole edge and I'll hit the G key to do the extrusion again, and I'll pull that down. And now we need a little bit of beveling on these edges so that we can keep all of these shapes when it smooths. All right, so I'll grab all those top ones and we'll go to Edit Mesh and we'll bevel that. Now, this poses a little bit of a challenge for us because we want the bevel to be the same size on both of these. Let's do this one really quick while we're at it, and then we'll worry about that. Okay, I'll hit the G key on that one. All right, I'm going to grab both of these objects now, and we can do the bevel together, but what we're going to find is it's going to be hard to get consistency between them. So I'll do two segments on both of those. Now, let's do this one first. So I'll go to my bevel node. Now, if I choose a fraction here, like 0.1 or 0.2, and I like that number, if I choose the same over here, we're not actually going to get the same number. The fraction is based off of the distance between all of the points. So if you have larger distances, it's going to give you a larger bevel. So we can fix this by simply just going up here to Offset as Fraction. We don't want to use a fraction for our offset, so we'll turn that off, and then we'll adjust the offset to something like 0.05 maybe. 0.05. All right, so in this one, we're going to turn this off, and the fraction will be 0.05. And this ensures that those bevels are going to be exactly the same size. All right, we'll take this, we'll move it down. Let's let's go ahead and hit the 3 key, and we'll turn wireframe on shaded, and you can see that we get a very, very nice bevel in there. One of the challenges that we do have, though, is it is still a little rounded up at the top, and that's something we'd probably want to fix. And so in order to get this perfect in here, we're going to need to add a little bit of tension to the corners, and probably a little bit down here as well. All right, so to do this, we're going to go to our top view, and we're just going to give this a little bit of extra geometry just to kind of help it out. So I'm going to go to Mesh Tools, I'm going to grab my Multi-Cut tool, and I'm going to go ahead and do a split right through here, and a split right through there. You can always go and grab those edges and just pull them around if you need to. I'm going to go about halfway between those, right about there. And I'll hit the G key, and let's go ahead and put one down through there, and we'll do another one through there as well. And then we'll adjust these so they're about halfway as well. You could probably snap to some points over here if you wanted to keep them perfect, but we're okay with this. All right, now last but not least, we're going to need a little bit of extra right here on this corner. And so let's put those in. So one there, and we're going to need one there as well. Now these ones we're going to want to do a little bit more perfect, and what we're after here is this distance. We're going to want to replicate that distance right here. So I'm going to pull that to about there, and then this one and this one we're going to pull to about there. All right, so that should work out really well for us. We do still have these ones, but we'll talk about those in a minute. Let's first check those, and you can see that's much flatter up on the top now. All right, so for these ones, it's really just a simple matter of adding just a little bit of extra geometry. We'll go into Mesh Tools, into our Insert Edge Loop tool, and we're going to add one there. We'll turn wireframe unshaded on, and we're going to put another one there, and one there, and there. And then of course we're going to want to do the same on this object as well. So we'll add one there and one there. And now what you'll see when we hit 3, much flatter shape running through there. So in this lesson, we've taken a look at how to add part lines to our models. See you in the next lesson.